most auspicious form of Savitra. There is a call from him, the brilliant Samanas chant. He has given the summons, Savitra, and Savitri awakes with that call. And Savitri too awoke among these tribes that hastened to join the brilliant Samanas chant, and, lured by the beauty of the apparent ways, acclaimed their portion of ephemeral joy. Now, these are the earlier races which are described in great detail in the story of evolution by Shebendu in Record of Yoga. Prior to the arrival of the mental being in the process of evolution, there were the vital beings who had advanced considerably, who had almost become mental. It is among these tribes that Savitri is awake. In other words, the first arrival of Savitri on earth is with the presence of these mental beings, these sub-mental beings in the evolutionary process. These tribes, he says tribes, it's not one, number of them, you see. As I said, we'll see that whole account later on when we come to the main text. And Savitri too awoke among these tribes that hastened to join the brilliant Samanas chant. See, so there is something about these tribes also that they are alert, they are perceptive, they are receptive to the call of the summoner. They have already kind of advanced that they can receive the call of the summoner and follow him, you see, in his footsteps. Hasten to join, they are also very eager to join. Advanced subhuman races are already present there and they are ready to join the Samanas chant. Among these tribes, Savitri is awake. Now, this word awoke, in the first line also we have, it was the hour before the gods awake. And here again, awoke. Now, in a certain sense, it can also be considered as born. Before the gods were born, before Savitri was born. Savitri was born among these human tribes, you see. Awoke can be to a certain extent. In fact, the mother equates awake and birth together, you see. And Savitri too awoke among these tribes that hastened to join the brilliant Samana chant. Brilliant Samana, that is Savitra, the god of supramental light and force. He is brilliant and he is calling them. His call has come already for that purpose, you see. In fact, Savitri's arrival means it is in response to the call of the supramental light and force. It is from that point onward her work actually begins, you see, to carry forward the mental race beyond what it is now. That hastened to join the brilliant Samanas chant and lured by the beauty of the apparent way, lured by the beauty of the apparent way. Who? Savitri. Savitri is already described here as somebody who is divine, who is the daughter of infinity, as we shall see later on, and she is now lured, attracted by the possibilities which are present in this course of evolution, acclaim their portion of ephemeral joy, their of these tribes, their portion. Again, in fact, now we have got the full description of who Savitri is. Savitri is already the incarnate Shakti. This is what we have got in the second sentence. Akin to the eternity when she came, she has not lost contact with her home, with her real consciousness, with her reality, which she is. No part she took in this small happiness. A mighty stranger in the human fame, the embodied guest within made no response. So that is the embodiment of Savitri herself, the incarnation of the divine Shakti in a human body. The call that wakes the leap of human mind, checkered eager motion of pursuit, is fluttering illusion of desire, way that visited her heart like a sweet alien note. Although she has taken the mortal birth, the human birth, the ephemeral birth, and the small birth, yet that thing is still kind of an kind of something foreign to her. She is not really governed by them at all. She has accepted the mortal birth, the human birth, the ephemeral birth, but that does not bind her. She is still in contact with the source of her eternity. The call that wakes the leap of human mind is checkered, eager motion of pursuit. Checkered, well, that is how it goes on. Our aspiration goes back and forth to all these processes. It's fluttering illusion of desire, visited heart like a sweet alien note. Time's message of brief light was not for her. Obviously, because she is coming from eternity, from the timeless, and she has kept that part always intact with her. Time's message of brief light was not for her. Time's message of brief light was for these tribes, not for her. It is among them she has opened. You see. The mother explains, here then nothing is to say. Obviously, what can you say? Nothing to say. It is a description of Savitri's nature. She came from above and did not share the smallness of humanity. That does not mean that she is not participating in humanity. She is not accepting the conditions of humanity. She is in humanity with all the load of humanity, yet there is something in her which keeps her away from all that, above from all that, you see. Her contact with eternity does not get snapped by that, you see. She participates here, but still that original force is always there in her. Here, yeah, then in her there was the anguish of the gods imprisoned in our transient human mold, the deathless conquered by death of things. In her was the anguish of the gods. What is the anguish of the gods? What is the anguish the gods have? The gods have the anguish of helping this mortal, of taking him forward, of giving him light and love and joy and beauty and all those things. That is what they are striving for constantly. They are busy with that and they want to see that it does happen in the course of evolution. So that is the concern, that is the anguish of the gods which is always there. And Savitri is also sharing that anguish. A vast nature joy, sorry, where is that? Yeah. In her, there was the anguish of the gods, imprisoned in our transient human mold, the deathless conquered by the death of things, the deathless conquered by the death. See, the immortal who is immortal, he is accepting the condition of mortality. He is accepting the condition of mortality. He is passing through that phase, so to say. A vast nature's joy had once been hers. Once. It means that she has taken the mortal birth now. Therefore, that is not there now. A vaster nature, para prakriti, vaster nature, the transcendental Shakti, that is there, once had been her, but long could not its gold heavenly hue or stand upon the brittle earthly base, because that is not ready yet here, you see. A narrow movement on time's deep abysm, life's fragile littleness denied the power, the proud and conscious wideness and the bliss. She had brought with her into the human form, the calm delight that vests one soul to all, the key to the flaming doors of ecstasy. That is Savitri's greatness. What has she really brought? She has come here. What has she really brought? The calm delight, that oneness of all the souls. The most important thing is one soul to all. Oneness of soul everywhere. It is that same divine element present. The key, in fact, that is the real key to the doors of ecstasy, to the flaming doors of ecstasy. Oneness. In fact, that oneness we have already seen in other contexts also, how oneness becomes the foundation for Ashwapati's yoga to bring down the supramental rays upon the earth. Oneness, he says, that is the foundation of that. Earth's grain that needs the sap of pleasure and tears. Earth's grain that needs the sap of pleasure and tears. Yes, we cannot really enjoy happiness if there is no grief. We cannot enjoy kindness if there is no cruelty. We cannot really enjoy love if there is no hatred. That is the nature of humankind, you see. In fact, without cruelty, there cannot be love. Without love, there cannot be cruelty. They are necessary phases of a certain activity in a certain process of time and development, you see. Sri Aurobindo in one of the aphorisms says very clearly, very beautifully, without death, life could not progress. Death is a necessity. Without cruelty, there cannot be love. That is a necessary part of the present stage of evolution. So, earth's grain that needs the sap of pleasure and tears, rejected the undying raptures of boon, because that is required, offer to the daughter of infinity. Now he has clearly said here, she is the daughter of infinity. She is the incarnate Shakti, daughter of infinity. She has come here as the incarnate daughter of infinity. In the story of Mahabharata, Savitri's story in Mahabharata, he calls her Deva Kanya, the daughter of the gods. Savitri is described as Deva Kanya. Kanya means daughter. Deva means goddess. She is the divine goddess, you see. She is here the daughter of infinity. Her passion flower of love and doom she gave. So what has the earth offered to this daughter of infinity? Her passion flower. Passion flower of love and doom. Now this her stands for earth. And this she also stands for earth. So what it means is that the daughter of infinity was offered by earth, earth's passion flower. Now the mother explains, she came to transform the world and make it fit to receive the higher light and power. But in order to transform this world, one must come upon earth, accept it, and then accept at the same time its insincerity, its weakness, its incapacity to live this higher consciousness. So that is the real work of the avatar. Avatar comes here with all the qualities of avatar, of the divine, yet he accepts the conditions which are present here in the mortal world. Otherwise, that avatar would have no meaning. He has to participate in the entire process of things which are happening in this earth here. She says, upon her, accept it, and accept at the same time its insincerity, its weakness, its stupidity, its ugliness, its mortality, all the things she has to accept, and only through them then she can find a way out, can go forward. In other words, there is a difference now here between the incarnate Shakti coming here in the mortal form and the divine goddess working from above for transformation. The divine goddess working from above for transformation is not going to participate in our insincerity, in our weakness, in our incapacity, and therefore she in a way becomes sort of helpless. Her work does not really get completed, does not have that stamp, that authority which is required to bring things from below up, they receive. So the omniscient goddess, as we have seen last time, she withdrew, her spent withdrew. Why? She recognized that by simply seeing and doing things from above is not going to help it. It is necessary for her to take the mortal birth, accept all these things, insincerity, weakness, incapacity, she must accept and then proceed further. So the omniscient goddess withdraws in order to come back as Savitri. To come back as Savitri. That gives me the impression, a strong impression of what has been for ages and centuries. But it is not the final destiny of earth. Life is expected to transform itself in order to be able to express the divine things, the divine consciousness, and that is why she has come upon earth to prepare it. To prepare it. Although it is kind of understood that when the evolution is proceeding, evolution by itself, by its own impetus, by its own force, by its own development, progress, will go from one stage to the other automatically, and there may not be necessity of any intervention from above. If the evolution is designed to be that way, then why should the incarnate force come down at all and carry the evolution forward? It must have its own enough force, sufficient strength within it. But it is necessary in order to prepare it. So what does the incarnate force does? It helps to prepare the ground for the evolution to carry forward. It does not impose evolution. Evolution has to finally proceed from below itself, you see. And therefore, she has to come here to prepare it. Savitri's work is that, to prepare the ground.